US, usually what happens is your tuition is all waived, so you don't pay for any tuition fees. I think there is a small some surplus fee that I pay each semester, that like $50 or $60, but that's negligible. Usually the tuition is waived. Apart from that, you get a stipend that nears. The stipend is also measured according to the cost of living where you are. So, for example, the stipend at MIT is more, not because it's a prestigious university. It's because the area in which it is situated, the rents are very high. Okay. Similarly, if at Boston University, the stipends will be higher in general. And these universities, basically, they revise the minimum allowable stipends to make sure that the students have their rents under control and so on. I believe the rent is the stipend is decent for a decent living. I get like $2,000 after tax. It depends upon where you are renting. So you can either share your room or share the apartment, have your own room, or go to your own room by yourself, go to a one by one. It depends upon what you want to do. The other thing is that health insurance is also given to you by the university, so you don't have to worry about that. What happens in Europe, the stipends, they seem to be very high, but they are before tax.
Yes,
the taxes in Europe are very large. The thing is that they don't have this insurance. They have national health care. So that national health care eats up a lot of stipend. So if a guy comes up and he says that I get $3,000, just make sure that it's pre-tax or post-tax.
So
after tax, it's in the same ballpark.
In the sense they need to pay about 30% of taxes.
Right. My tax is like 7-8%.
Okay.
In India, it's tax-free. So
How is the cost of living there? And how is the accommodation and everything?
Mainly the cost of living involves your three basic components. One is your rent.
Okay.
The second is your food. And the third is your utilities, basically internet, mobile, water, electricity, and so on.
Then transportation also.
Transportation may come in, but I mean, University of Texas had this facility with which we can avail all the bus services for free in the whole city.
Yeah. You may be having this student card, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if this facility is available at other universities, but for me, I can just swipe my card. I ride metro, I ride buses everywhere to the city for free. So transportation is not an issue for me. Obviously, if you have a car, then it is, but I don't have a car. The rents, again, they depend upon where you're living, like how close you are to the university, again, how many people with which you are ready to share with. So if, for example, you want to live close to the university and you want your own room, the rents may be like $900 a month, but that's close to the university. I mean, if you start going further away, the rents may drop down to like 700, 600.
Okay.
I live somewhat further away, but I live by my own. So I just have 1-by-1 apartment and I pay like $900 a month.
Okay.
So it again depends upon how many roommates you have, how close you are to the university and so on.
Okay.
But apart from this, and these are obviously the things which you can manage depending on your budget. So for example, if you want to save a lot of money, then nothing stops you from going further away and sharing even the room. So there are two options. You can share your room or you can share the apartment. So if you share your room, the rents may be as low as $300, $400. So if you want to save. So that's one place where you can save. The other place is how you eat, for example. So if you are cooking your own food, I'd say, so if you cook your own food throughout the month, I'd say you won't exceed $100, $120 a month. Even if you eat like proper non-veg and everything. It's not like you have to live off something on Maggie or something like that. If you eat outside every time, it's like $600-$700 a month. Maybe lower, like $500-$600, let's say. So it's large. What I do is I make a cutoff. I make the cutoff at 200. I say that my $100 approximately will go through my home cooking. I can eat out, but the net budget should not exceed 200. So that's the way I budget myself. So people depending upon how so for example, I spend more on my rent than I could by sharing a room, but I don't. So it depends upon you. I don't own a car. If you want to own a car, you have to cut back somewhere. So it's a very personalized choice. But what I'd say is it's definitely feasible. People do it all the time. And the other thing is these utilities, your internet, mobile phone, maybe electricity, gas, water, things like that. 150 to 200. That's done. And I mean, obviously, if you're sharing your room, it goes half. So I don't have to think twice about spending anything about necessities.
Mhm.
I may have to think about twice about some luxuries, for example. I may have to think about before getting a Mac or something, but I don't have to think about before going
Definitely, yeah.
maybe sometimes out to eat or getting nice clothes. I don't have to think about